Hey friends, back again, and I'm taking a old favorite and doing it a little bit healthier this time. So I'm doing a whole wheat and sugar-free cinnamon raisin loaf. Starting off with the yeast. Always check the expiry date on your yeast because I did have that problem before and it doesn't work so well when it's expired. So a little bit of warm water on the side there and just making sure that you get those little bubbles in the water after about 10 minutes. That's how you know your yeast is still good. I'm also soaking my raisins so they get nice and plump. And we'll measure out the dry ingredients while those soak over there. So using a whole wheat flour, make sure you pour the flour into your measuring cup, level the top, and that's how you know you have a proper measured cup. Of course, some cinnamon, pinch of salt. Always add salt to your sweet because it brings out the sweetness actually. So drain my raisins, they're going in there, and now we'll come back to the yeast. So it's looking good. I'm seeing some blooming happening in the yeast. I'm going to use coconut oil here, trying to keep it healthy, remember? Get those good fats in, and of course honey. You can measure your honey in just a regular measuring cup if you don't have one of these fancy schmancy ones, but measure your oil first because that will coat your measuring cup and then the honey will slide right out and not get sticky, messy, gooey. You know what I mean. And let's knead. So again, don't need a fancy equipment like I have with the dough hook here. You can just do this by hand. It takes about 5 minutes, maybe 8 minutes of a good knead, and it should all come together in a nice smooth ball. Like this. Perfect. And now for the rise. So no one said this would be quick, but it will be delicious. I just oil the same bowl that it's in. You can obviously put it in a different bowl that's oiled, but the oil will help the dough rise. And there you go. See, it like doubled in size. Perfect. So we're going to punch it down. Give it another quick knead, and now we're going to shape it into our loaf pan. So I like to prep the loaf pan by greasing it, but also using a piece of parchment paper. If you smush it up like that, it won't get rolly, and you know how parchment doesn't sit still? It'll prevent that from happening if you just give it a scrunch. And there we go. Now we push it out to the edges, give it the nice shape that we like, and again, give it another rise. Just leave it on the counter here for about another hour. When you're ready to bake, preheat that oven. Oh, here we go. And let it cook low and slow, and voila. Let this cool for 10 minutes and then put it onto a cooling rack. Cool completely, slice into it. I love it with butter. Recipes on the blog. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and come say hi at Rustory on Instagram. See ya!